Hello, my name's James Varnum. I'm one of the artists in the Eight Visions exhibit here. And I want to talk a little bit about the process that I use to create my paintings. I use watercolor, and for this exhibit, I've added metallic acrylic paint also. And the process I usually work flat on a flat surface. I usually use heavy 300-pound watercolor paper. This particular piece that I'm standing next to is on a material called TerraSkin, which is polypropylene, which is basically plastic that's embedded with minerals. And I use this large piece as a kind of a relief point during my preparation for the paintings that you're going to see in my show, because I typically work pretty small, and as you will see, I do a lot of drawing on top of my paintings. So to begin, I use pigments right out of the tube. I use watercolors. I mix up 2 or 3 colors. I limit my palette. I pour them directly onto the paper or the surface. I then cover everything with plastic wrap. And I manipulate the plastic wrap with my fingers to make interesting textures, things like that. Then I wait for everything to dry completely, which takes a couple of days. I peel off the plastic, and what's left are various contours, different intensities of pigment. And those are the lines that I then trace with ink. And I use Sharpies, I use black ink, white ink, gold ink, whatever I think is appropriate. This piece, as I mentioned, is called Just Waiting, parentheses, Hope. And I did it because I found working on the tiny pieces or the smaller pieces that the muscles in my arm were cramping up, and I decided I needed to work larger to loosen up. So there are a couple of pieces in this show that are this size, and then there are 6 other pieces that are smaller. I get my inspiration from my walks in nature. I always have my iPhone with me, and if something interesting pops up, I will take a photograph. I never work directly from photographs to do my paintings. They're all kind of up in my head. And I just, call on all of those embedded images in my brain when I'm working. I added to this set of paintings, I added these metallic acrylics, which come in bottles, and I just, took the bottle and I squirted in what I thought were interesting movements throughout the painting so that your eye would follow the movement. And then I took, drops of the metallic paint and dropped them all over this one. And as you can see, the yellow background, I use yellow and kind of an orangey red. And where the pigments were at different intensities, they form kind of markers, and then I trace those with the pen. And in some of the other work, you'll see that the work is a little finer. This is a little looser, a little bolder, which was part of my objective of working looser and kind of loosening up my my upper body, not being quite so tight. So, as I said, this is one of 8 paintings that's in 8 Visions, and I'm very honored to be part of this exhibit at the Attleboro Arts Museum. Thank you for listening.